Of course, you need artists, you need gallerists, collectors, museums, writers, dealers, auction houses, and the museums or institutions. So you need 8 or 9 of these people to make any system sustainable.
Right.
And we saw that happen with Indian art as well, like Indian contemporary mainstream art in the 2000s, the early 2000s, when all of these aspects got very strong.
Sure.
And that's how there was a big boom in the art market, so to say, which continues. We've been doing a lot of work in the indigenous arts,
Right.
essentially the tribal and traditional arts of India, like the Gond, Bhil, Varli, these
Sure.
kind of art forms. These are the genres we work in. And the Ojas Art Award, which happens in partnership with the Jaipur Literature Festival and Teamwork Arts, has been very instrumental in that.
Right.
So every year we go after a new genre,
Right.
and we invite applications. It's a democratic award. And what's landed up happening is that we've been able to create very, very interesting and rich databases of artists, which were really not known. People,
Sure.
at least in the private space, in the private gallery space, people didn't know who the artists were. But
Sure.
because of the award, we've been able to get all these names and collect all these data points.
Sure.
And in the last 5 to 7 years itself, I want to say there has been a tremendous interest in this category of art. And for any art to become a system, an economic system, or just a holistically viable system,
Sure.
sustainable system, there are different aspects required. I'll just go over them really briefly and really
Sure.
quickly. Of course, you need artists, you need gallerists, collectors, museums, writers, dealers, auction houses, and the museums or institutions. So you need 8 or 9 of these people to make any system sustainable.
Right.
And we saw that happen with Indian art as well, like Indian contemporary mainstream art in the 2000s, the early 2000s, when all of these aspects got very strong.
Sure.
And that's how there was a big boom in the art market, so to say, which continues.
Sure.
And it has taken the masters that we talk about to different price point levels. So similarly now for the tribal arts, also we are seeing this happen. There are more galleries that are interested in this. Of course, we've always had the artists,
Right.
but you need all these others to support the artist and to then help catapult him or her into the right direction.
Sure.
And though it would be incorrect for me to say that like the economic thing is the best way to judge it, no, not at all. There's aesthetic value which cannot be put into monetary terms.
Sure.
But having said that, with monetary terms, as soon as there's a big monetary term attachment to something, it just becomes precious in a more public kind of way.
Sure.
It's immediately like, oh, that thing is for so much,
For
so
sure.
it's so valuable.
For sure.
Unfortunately or fortunately, money is the one language that kind of is an equalizer for everything.
For sure. Which is, of course, another thing that I wanted to ask, which is that considering that you are associated with the upcoming talent, what according to you is the quality of the talent that there is currently, and more importantly, what do you think is the quality of support for that talent that exists as well?
I'm glad you bring this up because it's the support which is very important.
Yes.
There's a lot of talent in all kinds of art,
Right.
not just visual arts, everywhere. But mentorship is something that we don't talk about very often, but mentorship, I think, is the key to success.
Sure.
And we've seen that, I've seen that at work even at the Salam Bala Trust, where I'm involved,
Right.
where we work with street and working children essentially. And we've had very successful programs in photography for the children where they've been able to not only use photography as a tool for, rehabilitation, that is, they become commercially successful photographers, but also they've been able to establish themselves as a name.
Right.
And have their works as part of curated shows the world over, in museums, like their works are in important collections. Similarly, we've seen the same with puppeteering.
Right.
We have Dadi Padamji,
Of course.
who works very closely with our children.
Right.
And he has created some marvelous puppeteers, ensuring that the tradition continues, and plus providing them with a way of livelihood, with a means of livelihood. And then similarly in dance, in contemporary dance, we had the same thing with like Ashtad Debu, whom we lost last year. And he was very much into working with marginalized communities and helping them discover a new sense of identity for themselves through the arts. So the arts, the beauty of the arts is that they are very accepting.
If you've enjoyed this podcast, subscribe to our channel now. We have a new episode out every Friday.